Hi everyone, it's Rachel with Rachel's Super Cute Creations, and I am here. I just turned the camera on because I'm going to do a game board journal. So just going to wait for a few people to come in, and then we will get started. If you don't catch it from the slides, just remember that you can view anything at any time. So once I'm done, I will go ahead and upload this. All right, so what I started with is I went to Goodwill and I picked games, and I was looking for things that were pretty much in the 80s or older. And so basically when you get one of these games, you get a board of some sort. This one's cool because it's two-sided. And I can't really show you how big it is, but it's pretty big. And then, of course, there's pieces depending on what kind of game you get. And then there's, of course, the cardboard that's inside. You have the front cover, and depending on what's on the back, this one does not have anything. You also have a back. So I found a Sorry game. It was a 1984 edition, I believe. And I decided to cut it up. So I didn't do that on camera, but basically I'll kind of show you what I ended up with. So here is the front cover. Okay, so this was the front cover of the box, and you can see it's pretty thick chipboard. So I was thinking, well, what can I do? Well, I can definitely get a cover out of this. And so this cover is, let me go ahead and measure it for you. It is 6.5 inches wide by about 9.25. So here's one cover. And then I took the board out. So let me kind of piece the board back together for you a little bit here. So here's the bottom of the board. And let's see here. I think it goes like this and like this. Okay. So, and then here's the top of the board. Okay. So I ended up, I cut 6.5 inches. So what I did is I started by cutting it in half. Hi, Janice. Happy Friday. Hi, Erica. I just am going to make a game board journal today. So I'm so glad you're able to join me. This is sort of impromptu. Haven't been on in a long time. And so I'm actually feeling well today. So I thought I would go ahead and just turn the camera on and make a journal. So the next thing I did is I cut the board in half, because this board folded in half like this. Folded in half. And so I just took an X-Acto knife and I cut it. So I ended up with two long pieces. Okay. Then I went ahead on my paper cutter and I went in 6.5 inches and I cut it. And so I had my first board. And then I decided, well, if I'm going to do this, I want to make sure that the edges are the same on the side that that goes together. And so then I went to this side and I cut in 6.5 inches. And my thought was, this is going to be my book. So you could put it this way and have the binding on this side. But I think I'm going to use this as my binding. I'm not sure. Or my binding side. So I think my book's going to open like this. Now, if you don't want the game board on the outside, you can use this gorgeous blue paper that's on the outside as well. So then I got one cover. Okay. So then I took the other side and I did the same thing. Cut 6.5 inches here, 6.5 inches here. Ended up with another book, which is a little different because you're going to get the start on this one and then you're going to get the home on this one. So if you like it like this, that's fine. And if you don't, you can flip, oops, you can flip it over and you can bind this side and leave this as your edge this time. So that gives me a second set. And then the middle piece, ironically, ended up being 6.5 inches. So I now have a third cover, okay? So I ended up with one game with 4 covers. Okay, and I got this game, you guys, for $1. Okay, so 4 covers for $1, that makes a quarter a cover. I think it's pretty cheap. Have this piece left over. I didn't throw it away. I did not use the bottom of the Sorry game. There was people on it, and I thought about, well, I could cut another cover. I could have easily gotten another cover out of there, but I decided not to. And then I did decide to keep, here are all the edges of the box. So these would have been like this. Oops, sorry. Like this. I kept these because, I don't know, I might use these for ephemera. Here is the directions on the box. If you have a Sorry game, you know that there are directions. And so I decided to cut some 4-inch wide by 7-inch long tags. It's cardboard or cardstock. And so I'm going to use those. I'm thinking I'm going to cut them into tags and I'm going to put them in the book. But I definitely used quite a bit. And then here is the game pieces, as well as the directions in a different language. I believe it's in Spanish. So I'm thinking I might use this as a page in the book. I don't know, but I might. So that's kind of where I'm at. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for joining. So what I decided, I'm going to go ahead and put some of these away. Let's see here. Which one do I want to use first? I think I want to use this green and yellow one first. Okay, so I'm going to put my rubber band around these and set these to the side. I'm going to clean off my space here so we can get started. So I don't know. What do you think? I really like this yellow. So I think this is where I'm going to start. Now, it looks like this might have had some dirty kids' fingers on it. So I'm just going to take a baby wipe and I'm just going to wipe down the game. And you can see it's bringing a little bit of the blue off. So don't rub too hard. But I do want to kind of wipe it off and just clean it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and do that to this one too. So what's everybody up to today? Are you guys crafting on this Friday evening? It's Friday at about 8:38 here in Michigan. And as I said, I have not been feeling well. So I have not crafted in a really long time. So I'm excited that I'm feeling well enough to do that. Okay. So I think this first one I'm going to bind. You guys, I bought what is it called? The cinch, and it puts the wire binding. Let me show you one. What did I do with it? I just had it on my desk. I just made a journal out of a book, a children's book, last night. I bought the cinch, and I decided I just had to try it out. So let me grab that book and kind of show you what I'm thinking about. Okay, so I grabbed this book at the thrift store, Bears on Wheels. It was a quarter, and so I grabbed it because I have a bunch of golden books, and I wanted to do this spiral spine. But isn't this crazy to ruin one of my golden books? So I wanted to try it first with something else. And lo and behold, I made a mistake when I did this. So I'm really glad that I didn't use my golden book to start. Not that it would matter, because a lot of my golden books I've gotten at thrift stores and things like that. But for some reason, I just feel like golden books are really precious. So I went ahead, so the full story is in here. This was a very nice book. And look, this was Stephen L's book, and it was somebody wrote Stevie in here. So I left that, but whoever buys this book will be able to cover that up if they want to. And so here's the book. And I just added tags and pockets. I haven't completely embellished everything. This is some vintage wrapping paper, collaged envelopes. Oh, I'm sorry you have a sinus infection, Janice. I'm thinking these would be good mats for pictures. And I did a lot of plain paper in here because I thought, well, maybe someone might buy this for a grandchild or their child. And I wanted to leave enough room to do that kind of stuff. So this is my little journal that I did. And I had a little boo-boo because I measured everything out. And look, the pages are perfect. But I wasn't thinking that the cover was going to be a little bit bigger, so I ended up with one extra hole on the top. So I added this little fabric charm to the back. And on the front, I added this little bow. And I think it's okay. I think it turned out. So I'm thinking that these game books, I'm going to bind the same way, bind them like that. But who knows? We might decide, I might decide throughout today that I'm not going to do that. So has anybody else made one of these books and has a cinch? Does anybody else have a cinch? Oh, thanks, Erica. I think it's cute too. All right, so I grabbed some washi tape that's kind of in the color of the game. This game is in primary colors, blue, red, green, yellow. And so I'm thinking I'm going to edge these two edges with washi tape, and I might end up doing all four. I'm not sure. So I pulled some washi tape out, and I just kind of want to look and see what this looks like. Okay. Well, I have not mastered the cinch yet. I struggled a little bit with it, but I'm learning. I don't know. What do you think? Do you like these blue polka dots on here as an edge? I think that's going to be kind of cute. Yeah, I think I like that. Okay, but before I put this down, I am going to put a little bit of glue down. Actually, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some glossy accents. All right, so I'm putting just a small bead of glossy accents to use as my adhesive on the edge. And I'm going to put a little along this edge too, just to make sure that my washi tape stays down. Okay. And glossy accents can be used as an adhesive. Now, I'm taking a baby wipe, you guys, and I'm laying it over the top so that my glossy accents does not get clogged up. Glossy accents will dry and it'll get clogged up. So what I need to do, I'm looking for something to kind of prop this up a little bit. All right, I'll just use this. So I'm going to kind of prop this up so that I can line the washi tape up. I am going to go over the edge because I don't want as much on the front as I do on the inside, but I do want it to be lined up. So go ahead and cut my washi tape. And you guys, I really don't have a plan. I'm just kind of doing this as I go. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to rub this because a little bit of it came out. Make sure it's down well. I'm going to flip it. Now be careful because glossy accents will stain this back cover. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put just along the very edge, because when I roll this over, it is going to want to squeeze out. Okay. And I'm going to okay, so this washi tape is not as wide as I would have liked. So I'm going to actually take and put another piece inside here to kind of cover up and make sure that that sticks really nice. All right, let me cut that off. Okay. You love polka dots? I love polka dots too. I love that polka dots are coming back again. I love all the vintage polka dots, but polka dots are really becoming popular again. And I love that. Okay. So there is the first part of our book here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim this off. Okay, now we're going to go along this side. So once again, I'm going to put just a little bit along here. And I'm going to put a little along the actual cardboard, because this is raw cardboard on this end. Okay. Trim this off. Let's see, how did I do? Oh, it's not straight. That's the other nice thing about this glossy accent is it allows you to be able to move it. It makes it a little slippery so you can kind of line it up a little bit easier. I'm just kind of fussing with it. Okay, and that looks like it's pretty well lined up. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to turn it over, put a little bit along here. Let's look at the front, see how it's lined up. It looks lined up pretty well. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Ooh, I bet you that dress was beautiful, Carrie. So what projects is everybody working on? I know you all have projects. What you working on, Erica? Janice, Carrie, what kind of projects you guys working on? Who else is in here with us? I see there's more people joining us. Please say hello in the chat. All right. So now, should I go along these edges or should I leave the edges? What do you think? Should we do the polka dots along here or leave them? Disney mini album for honeymoon. Oh, I bet you that's really cute. some boho journals. Fun, fun, fun. Leave them. Okay, so we're going to leave that like that. We're going to go ahead and do this one the same way. So I'm going to add my glossy. Who else is in here tonight? Please say hello in the chat. Does anybody else hoard washi tape like I do? I have so much washi tape and I don't use it. So this is a great project for washi tape. Sorry if you can hear a basketball bouncing. My daughter's out shooting. She actually played in a tournament for 2 straight days. We just got back a little while ago. And she was not happy with her shot. She played very, very well over the last 2 days. But she's kind of a perfectionist and she was not happy with her shot. And her basketball hoop is very close to my junk journal room. I have 2 rooms. My upstairs in my office, I have an office, and that office is also my junk journal room. And then I have another craft area in my basement. But because I mostly work on junk journals during the week and in the evenings, I moved all of those supplies up where I could get to them. Hi, Janice. I'm totally a washi tape hoarder too, and yes, I definitely need a 12-step program. I don't know how many things of washi tape I have, and I don't know why I feel like I can't use it, that I need to save it. But you guys, I am going to be having a live sale soon. Because I have a new Etsy shop and I haven't had a lot of time. I've not been feeling well. So I've not had a lot of time to add new things, but I need to clear out a ton of things because I have some new ideas for my shop. And until I can clean out some things, I can't make that happen. So, I am going to be having a live sale soon. So if you are subscribed to me, please keep an eye out because I'm going to be selling things very, very cheap because I need to get rid of them so that I can make room for the new stuff and make room for just my shop's going to look a little different. I've had a different shop and went to an Etsy store and I love Etsy. Etsy has a lot of fees. If you're just starting out, just know that there are a lot of fees associated to it. But the thing that I really like about Etsy is although there's all those fees, I like that I don't have to figure out shipping anymore. Because when I first started selling items, I was losing money on shipping because I didn't know how much things were going to be. And then it just really got to be stressful. The whole shipping thing got to be very stressful for me. Am I charging enough? Am I charging too much? And so now with Etsy, it charges it for you based on where you live. And I can do international orders and I don't have to worry about, not giving them the right price or any of that. So, but as I said, if I don't clean out some of this stuff, I'm not going to be able to show all of the new things. I have some new kits coming out soon. I have some new ideas coming out soon. Oh my gosh, you have a 12 by 12 plastic bin of washi tape, Carrie. Oh, I bet you there's probably almost 100 in there. So anyway, that's sort of the story. So if you subscribe, please, please, please keep an eye on my channel. What did I do wrong? Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. It's because it goes like this. Okay. Because I am going to be having a major sale soon. Soon, soon, soon. And I will probably also do giveaways that night. So I'm excited. And I'm thinking about doing a free gift with a certain amount purchased. Because as I said, I need to clear out a lot of things so that my new store items can be ready. Okay. So here we go. You know what, Carrie? I did see those. Janice, it does. Shipping has been very stressful for those of you who are just starting. Are what for my new store, Carrie? I'm sorry, Erica. What for my new store? These? Yeah, they will be in my store. These will be in my store. I don't know. Maybe they won't. If I have them ready in time for my live sale, maybe I'll do my live sale. I'm going to be selling a lot of journals in my live sale. For you who follow me, this is what I'm tearing out. I paid $2.50 for this. Actually, I think I paid less than that, but I think I got it at Walmart on clearance. And this is really thick coloring book paper. So I want to put a few of these in there. For those of you that followed me last year, Linda Israel and I did a challenge. We did a journal a day. So I still have lots of journals. I honestly don't put a lot of journals for sale on my Etsy store. So shame on me. And so I have so many journals. I am going to be selling them very, very cheap because I need to make room for the new stuff that's going to be coming out for my store. I just do have enough room. So I probably have 50 journals right now that I could sell. And I should just post them on my Etsy, but I don't know. I just can't seem to do it. So those of you who are in here, let's talk a little bit about pricing journals, because a lot of people ask me, how do you price your journals? How do you figure it out? You know, how much to charge? Let's talk a little bit about that while I'm folding papers for this journal. What do you guys do? Okay, so just realized something. Look at this. Papers are too small. So I don't know why I did that, because I didn't need to fold these. Why? Because we're going to use the spiral binding. And so I got talking and then I wasn't paying attention, but that's okay because I have lots of these coloring pages. So, okay, Carrie, I can explain that to you. Carrie's asking about what happens when people offer free shipping. What happens is the seller pays for that. And so if you want to offer free shipping, a lot of people will add that into the cost. So for example, if I need to make $5 and it's going to cost $3.85 to ship that $5 item, what they're doing is they are estimating about how much it's going to cost, and they're adding that in there. So they're charging you $9 and they're saying it's free shipping, but they're actually getting their shipping, if that makes sense. They do work, Eric, but I do want this journal to be a little bit bigger. That's why I made it. So I'm not gonna I'm going to do the spirals here, and so I don't need to fold the paper. I mean, I can, but I don't need to. So that's okay. I'm going to save those because I have another journal that those will fit in. All right, so my journal is 6.5 inches wide. So I'm going to make these 6 inches. And these are going to make great tag sizes, the cutoffs. So, because this paper is 8.5 by 11. So I'm going to end up with a 2.5-inch strip. And my paper cutter's not happy with me because I really shouldn't have cut all those at once, but I did anyway. All right, so I'm just going to double check. Yeah, those will be good. Is this 6.5 or 6 3/4? No, that's 6.5. I should have cut these at 6 1/4, but I didn't. So that's okay. We're going to have different size pages anyway in here. See, ladies, I can't talk. Can't talk and cut. All right, let's see here. This is almost 9. Okay, so I want 9.5. 9.5 here. All right. Yeah. I'm going to go a little smaller on that. We'll go 9 1/4. As I said, we're just winging this on camera tonight, you ladies. All right, what are we saying? Janice, you'd love one of these Gameboard journals? Yeah, I think they're pretty cool. Well, we'll see. I haven't made one yet, but I think it's going to be pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to save these. And I'm going to set these to the side because we'll make some tags. All right. I'm just going to keep kind of adding different papers in it. We'll do this one. Actually, I'll just fold this one. So this one will have a fold out. I am going to trim this rough edge off. Normally I wouldn't, but I'm going to because it's going to be in that spiral. All right. So I am only going to use scraps because I have a gigantic bin here. So that's the first thing we're going to use. The nice thing about this journal is a whole dictionary page will go in there, which is cool. I can put a couple of dictionary pages in there. These are old vintage ones. I actually think I'm going to run some washi tape down them so that they don't rip out. So we'll use some of those. This, my friend Naomi sent me. It's an hour in wages record book sheet. And look, isn't that going to be cool? That's going to be awesome. So I'm going to just trim this a little bit because it's rough on the edge. I'm going to fold this in like this. And that is going to be a great page that will fold out. What other goodies do I have in my scrap bag? I have a little bit of overspray paper. So we're going to use this. All right, what do we have here? Winging it can be fun. Yeah, I usually don't wing it on camera. I'm usually a little more organized, but like I said, I haven't been on in a long time, and a lot of my YouTube followers have been asking where I've been, and I just haven't been feeling well. So um, that's where I've been. So I thought, you know what? You're feeling well today. What's the difference? Just wing it today. So that's why I'm here. All right. Let me see here. 50 journals. Wow. I have two. Yeah. Well, when you're on design teams and, um, first of all, I do 12 a month just for my design team projects because on the design for Calico Collage. And then I also sometimes do journals for that's just Penny. And so, yeah, I get a lot. So I have these scrapbook papers and they're in my scrap bin. And so I think I'm going to just throw them in here. I also have these doilies. I don't know how they'll do. You know what? They're kind of thick. I think I could probably poke holes in this and they'd be okay. Well, we'll try it. If it doesn't work, it'll rip out, right? And it'll be fine. I do have some of this paper, some of my overspray paper. The thing I like about the spiral ones is that you can, if you don't like a page, you can just tear it out. I actually did that. Oh, look, I'm going to add a popcorn bag. I'm so excited. I didn't even think about it, but you could add bags because this is nice and tall. So this will have the ability to slip things into. Let's see what else is in here. Kinds of just odds and end cutoffs. We're going to add envelopes because envelopes are fun. Definitely using up a lot of these papers. It's just a blank page, but we're going to use it. Oh, what else is in here? Oh, I love this. Look at this is someone's typing. Use that. I have some blue paper, my hand dyed paper. This is just going to be fun. Fun. You can also add cards. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this. This is a vintage card. I'm going to cut it off, and then will be in there. Let's see here. So Carrie's asking, what do you ladies do when you buy a journal and the workmanship is really bad? Carrie, to be honest, I would return the journal. I think you need, I don't know that I would leave a bad review. I think I would talk to her first about it and see if she will work with you. But definitely if she's not willing to work with you, leave a bad review, because the problem is you don't want other people to get those and end up with a bad. This is really cool. This is from a foreign children's book. And I was going to use it in another journal, and when I folded it, I realized it was way too tall. But for this journal, it'll be perfect. And so I'm going to cut it. So we're going to have two of these beautiful pages. And I can trim the white off the top and the bottom, and I'm going to have these gorgeous pages in here. I just knew I'd be able to use these pages. Oops, cut it a little crooked. If you pay money for something, you need to be happy with it. Oh, our journal is getting kind of thick, girls. Look at how thick it is so far. Do I make things fast? Well, I thought I was kind of slow at this. All right, what can I add in here? You know what? I'm going to grab my other bag of scraps. This is crazy, ladies. Look at, here's another bag of scraps. Okay, let's see what's in here. Let's see. Some more coffee dyed paper. Have to have some of my graph paper in there. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's a real bummer because, you know, when you buy something, you expect the workmanship to be good. At least I do. And that's very disappointing if you get something that's not to the level of workmanship that you would like. So I'm going to this page and I'm going to make a pocket with it. And let's see here. You know, Erica, I would love to know where to get Braille paper too, because I would really love some. In fact, if anybody has any that would love to trade for something, I would totally be willing to trade some goodies for some Braille paper. All right, so here we are so far. I want to keep adding. So a lot of these pages are from some of my former kits, things that were left over. And so I've just made it, I cannot keep them around anymore. I have to get rid of them. I mean, this is getting to be ridiculous. So I've been trying really hard in my projects to use up these papers. I have piano roll paper. I'm actually going to have some in my shop soon. But I do have piano roll paper. Yeah, in fact, the piano roll paper that I have, I can't remember. I think it's 1900s paper. This is really going to be a junky. It's going to have lots of different papers in it. All right. Let's see here. What else do I have? Spread will go well. So you see, you don't have to cut all your papers. You can fold them and make them work in there. The green one. You can also fold it up from the bottom, and you can make pockets with your longer papers as well. So I always, you know, these journals need pockets in them. All right. Oh, look, I found some more paper. Some more of my handmade paper. There's a blue piece. This is going to be quite colorful, and it's using up a lot of my scraps, which is nice. All right, should I keep going, ladies, or should I stop? More paper or stop? I keep finding more and more paper. getting pretty simple. All right. So am I boring you ladies yet? Let me get this stuff cleaned up here so we can start organizing our paper. I know I have 4 of them I need paper for. I don't think I'll make all 4 tonight, though, with you ladies on here. I don't want to bore people. So, all right. So this is going to be a fairly thick journal. Oh, good. I'm glad you're not bored. Okay, fairly thick journal. I kind of like it, but what I haven't added anything else, because when you use these bound journals, the other cool thing is you can add all kinds of pieces. So remember, now I just made a big mess. I want to keep the integrity of the game throughout it. So I'm going to put this in as a page. Remember I said I was going to use the sorry directions. So here's the sorry directions. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to cut them apart because it's weird. It folds this way and it opens the wrong way. And I don't know why that is. If you put it this way, the directions are going to be backwards. So you know what? I'm just going to cut this apart because I want the directions in Spanish intact. And I actually might even make that the first page of the journal. Not sure. Okay, so I'm going to add that. The other cool thing is I'm going to add these sorry cards in there because remember, you can bind sorry cards however you want in here. And some of these had blanks. They were blank, so I thought those would be great journaling cards. So I have 2 journaling cards. All right, so we're going to add 3 into this journal. And then I want to grab some Project Life cards. Yeah, you don't want anybody else to get a bad journal, so you need to, you definitely need to say something. Okay. So I'm looking in my little bin of goodies. And here's a piece of music paper that I'm going to add in there. I can add one of those. Here's some cards. We're going to add some of these big journal cards that I can't always get in things. Oh, look, I've had this little green piece of paper. I don't know what to do with it. It came in Happy Mail, but I think this would be the perfect journal to put it in as a page, a little mini page. Oh, let's see, what else do I have in here? I also have this, it's a postcard that you color. I can put that in like this. Let's see. Put some tea-stained note cards in there. Put a couple in there. I'm going to grab some of my, oh, here's one, inventory tags. So we'll put an inventory tag in there. Oh my goodness, what else can I put in there, ladies? There's so much stuff. Okay, so let's start kind of building these pages. I want to kind of build and just see what I'm going to want this journal to look like. All right, so I think, as I said, I don't know. Do I want to start with these? Oh, I know what I forgot. See, I got talking and forgot. I have all of these plain colored cardstock that are in the primary colors. And so I'm thinking I'm going to make some photo mats out of them. I think they would be so cool. And my thought is, let me cut these. So a regular picture is, most pictures are 4x6 or smaller. But I mean, a normal size picture is 4x6. So if I do, oh, how do I want to do this? I'm going to do 5.5 inches. So all I'm doing is just cutting it in half. Yeah, yep. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. So if I do that, this will kind of sturdy up. This is so flimsy, but I do like it. I think it's important for us to put that in there. So, all right. So I'm going to put one of these coloring pages as my first page, I think, and then it'll open up into the sorry. And, you know, I may decide later that these pages aren't going to go in this exact order, but we're going to just kind of play around here. All right. And I think I'm going to do one of these, but I'm going to trim them and I'm going to put some washi tape on them because these are very, very old dictionary pages. And they're very brittle, and so I don't want... And if I was really wanted to dig out my dictionaries, I would put a dictionary page that said games or something like that on it. I'm just reinforcing this with washi tape. Trying to get it as straight as I possibly can. Yes, I will put an envelope into... All right, and I think we'll use some of this red washi. I can find the end. Thanks, Janice. Yeah, it reinforces your edges, so you don't have to worry about, you know, putting this washi tape on will make it much sturdier. So I'm just using different colors of washi. I have a little bigger polka dot here than the one we used on the front, so I think we'll use that on the page here. Just remember, if you're making these books, be very careful of what's on your book pages, because if this you know, someone might buy this for a kid or something like that. So I will just double check my dictionary page in a minute here to make sure there's no bad words or anything that's not kid appropriate. Because you never know, someone might be buying this for a kid. So I'm good here. This one says gun right here. So I might put something over that as I'm decorating. This page is good. And this page is good. All right. So I'm going to put this red one next. I think I should add one of these little parts. I like this. Oh, let's see here. I like that one, and I'm going to add it this way. All right. That's hilarious. Yeah, you do have to watch them. I've actually seen people get upset when they've purchased a journal and it's had inappropriate language on it. And I don't think that the journal maker intended it. But yeah, I've seen people online very upset because of that. So you do want to kind of watch that and make sure you're mindful. So does anybody have any big summer plans? Anybody going anyplace fun? Nope, Erica, you're staying home. Yeah, me too. I don't think we're doing anything. We have so much to do around our house and our yard, and we just haven't had time. The weather has been horrible here. Absolutely horrible. Oh, Stacy, I love Alaska. I actually went to Alaska in 1998, I think it was. Spent the summer up there, worked up there, had a great time. It is absolutely beautiful. Not a place I would want to live, that's for sure. But it's a beautiful place to visit. All right, so I'm adding an envelope now. Well, that sounds fun, Janice. I have no idea how many pages are in here. We'll have to count them once I bind it. Cool thing about these books when you use these spirals is you can do tons of tip-ins and it doesn't, like, it's not a problem at all. And that's what I love. Oh, I'm going to put this lady next to this page because look at her dress kind of goes with this handmade paper. This is one of my jelly prints I'm going to add in here. Add in some tea stained paper. Add my popcorn bag in. Erica, we still need to talk about this popcorn bag thing. I think we need a shipping tag right about now. Oh, wow, that's cool, Erica. I so want to meet somebody that's in our group. I just think that would be awesome. All right, we're getting closer, ladies. I'm going to this one folded and see what happens. It should work the same. This is another one of my jelly prints. You definitely need another envelope in here. Let's see what we have going on here. We should have a retreat, Janice. I would love to have a retreat. In fact, I'm really seriously thinking about doing a retreat here in Michigan. I've had a lot of people ask me, and I've actually, when I was in the quilting world, and I still am, for those of you who don't know, I own a long arm quilting business, but once I found junk journaling, I hardly make quilts anymore. I still quilt people's quilts, and I do custom work like t-shirt quilts and things like that for some customers. But I just don't quilt like I used to because this takes up so much of my time, and I love this. So, but I used to put on retreats for quilters, and I'm really seriously thinking about putting on a junk journal retreat here in Michigan. I just don't know if I have enough people in the area or willing to come up to this area to do it. Oh no, I keep forgetting I have all these pages over here. See, I get talking and then I forget. Green them at the end. I didn't take green. I think it's blue that I need. There we go. All right. And then what did I do with the rest of my coloring pages? Oh, I still have this one too. I think that might have to go first. Okay. Carrie, I haven't done that because I usually get Happy Mail and I'm so excited to open it. I have not gotten Happy Mail in a long time, but I love Happy Mail and I love to open it. And so I usually can hardly get from the mailbox to the house before I've opened it up. All right. We have all of our pages. And it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one, which is exciting. Okay, so just, oh, and I have it backwards. It's got to go like this. I just kind of want to take a look at it. Oops. Make sure I have everything going right. It's going to be a really nice size journal. It's going to be nice and thick. It's going to have plenty of room to expand. Now, if you don't have a binding machine, you can also use those rings, those binder rings, and I love those too. This is a chunky junkie. Just bear with me. I know that I'm going to use this 1-inch spine. I know that. But what I have not figured out yet is how to ensure that these are going to be in the right spot. So we're going to give it a try on TV live for all of you to see me mess up. Oh, I'm sorry, it's buffering. Is it still buffering, Erica? Sorry about that. It's buffering. Okay. So the machine that I have is the Heidi Swap. Now, do not do what I do because I really do not know what I'm doing. Oops, sorry guys, it's going to be right in your way. My hand's going to be in your way. It's too close to the... Okay, it made one, cinched one. So it has a little mark here that says center. So I'm assuming that means I want to line that up. And that gave me 12 holes. Now, I think, though, I need a few more. Like maybe 2 more on each side. So, if you pull these out, they will not punch through. I really should have done this on something scrap first, but go big or go home, guys. Let's see how we did. We did okay. So now I'm going to flip this over. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to add 2 more holes. Okay. Now, in order for me to remember this, that it's 4 and 5, I'm going to take a piece of scrap washi tape and put it up here above these two because I will not remember. We get to our next pages. All right, so I think, whoops, that's probably what we want. So now I'm going to lay this in front and see, what do we think? Yeah, I think that's good. So now what I need to do is find the center of my cover. So it's 9.5. So 4 3/4 should be halfway, right, guys? Help me with my math here. Oh. All right. And of course I can't. See, I'm going to put on this white so I can kind of line it up. And I'm using a pencil. Well, that didn't work either, so you can't see that. There we go. Okay, so I'm pulling these back out. Or I'm pushing these all in, actually. All of them have to be pushed back in. I'm lining this up. And I'm going to go ahead. Oh. Well, here we go. And I had to stand up to put the proper pressure on that. Okay, there's my first ones. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this one too. Since I have it lined up, let's just make sure we're in the right spot here. Oops. Yep. Boy, that's kind of hard to punch through. It does go through, but it's not easy. Okay, so then we slid it down. And remember, I pulled out all of them except for 4 and 5. So I punched my 2 extra holes. I'm flipping it upside down, putting it up against my guard, and punching again. So cross our fingers, everybody, that this will line up. And it does. Woohoo! All right. So let's do the same thing here. Line up, punch 2, flip it, line it up, punch 2. All right, now, if all goes well, these line up. I don't know if you can see that. They line up perfectly. So my covers are done. Here's my first piece. So now we are just going to get to punching. I'm pushing everything back in. Remember, you just want to make sure you have your center in the center. So 3.5. Maybe 3.5 in my center. And this will just go in. They don't all have to have the same holes. And see, I can adjust this however I want. If I want to put this one in like this, Oh no, I'm not going to be able to. Hold on, I have to, nope, I'm going to have to punch this. I'm going to have to again. Okay, let me think here. So, and then we're going to do the same thing here. So this one, you can see I have an extra hole here. This is what I mean by I'm not sure how to line those up. Well, I don't know. Hmm. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this is a 16 hole. All right, so this one's good. Hoping to kind of stack some of these together now. Let's see how this works. Just kind of marking my center. Okay. Yeah, see, I'm not sure. I haven't quite figured out how these work. Does anyone have any ideas on how to get these lined up better? Because clearly I'm not doing something right. There has to be a better way. So these smaller ones are easy because you just kind of line them up where they go. It's these bigger ones that are going to be the problem. Where is my... All right, sorry guys, I got quiet because I was thinking. So I'm not to do some more research on this Bind It machine because I'm having a hard time lining things up evenly every time. And there's got to be a way to do it. There just has to be. Does anybody on here own one of these cinches? Anybody who's watching tonight? So I've seen a lot of people just do the 12 holes, and now I see why they just do that. They probably do that so they don't have to worry about lining up each time. It just has the 12 holes, and that's all they're doing. So I now see why people would do that. Yours is smaller, Erica. So how do you line up? Line it up equally each time. because this is really going to drive me nuts that I can't. Oh, you've never used it, Erica? Oh, okay. Now you sound like me. I have all kinds of things that I don't use, tools, and my husband didn't say anything when I brought this home, but I know he was thinking just what she needs is one more tool. But I've been wanting one of these for a long time. I figured no time like the present. All right, I'm probably boring you all to death here. Trying to do this as quickly as possible without making errors, because I have to be good at making errors with this. Your ear second really cheap. Okay. Well, this one was on clearance. Been kind of watching for one for a while. And so I treated myself to it. All right. Almost, we're getting there, you guys. I still have a stack over here, but I'm getting closer. Sorry if I'm boring you all. I hope you're entertaining yourselves in the chat. Thanks, Erica. Yeah, I really have been sick. It's been a rough go. And they're not exactly sure what the problem is, which is not good. So I'm just praying that I'll start to feel better soon. Today was a good day, and I was able to do quite a bit. So I'm happy and blessed for that. All right. I'm wondering if I would have been better not trimming the pages to the size I needed and getting the holes punched in it and then trimming it. I'm sure there's a way to do this without going through all this mess like I'm doing right now, but I just can't quite figure this out. I'm going to have to do some research on YouTube to figure out what I'm doing wrong, because I'm not able to get these lined up. All right, we are getting closer. Not in the budget, Janice. I get it. Has not been in my budget either. But like I said, it was an amazing deal. It was 50% off. And so I just decided that I was going to get it for myself. But now I'm going to need to sell a couple of journals. Well, these ones are going to be a little shorter too. We're going to have a lot more shorter pages than I thought we were. Oh, this is going to drive me nuts. I'm going to be up all night trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong to line this dumb thing up. All right, let's do this page. And it seems like I have more problem when I do more than one page at a time. So this is definitely taking longer than I thought it was going to. Oops. Okay. All right. Well, you guys have kind of been waiting long enough. So I'm going to stop punching pages for a bit. And I'm going to start putting some of this journal together. Because some of you probably are ready to go to bed. And I'm still punching pages. So you hook this not little, but this wire on here. And you start putting okay, so I do have to cut this before we can move on because of the way this one is. So when I do my golden books, it pretty much goes to the edge, but you can see here the wire is kind of getting hung up. So there we go. There. I still have too many wires. How did I end up with too many wires? Got one too many here. See, you guys came along for the journey. Told you it was going to be an on-the-fly tutorial. There we go. Whew. All right. So the next thing you do is you just start putting your pages in and building this journal. Trim this. So I think next time I'm only going to do the 12. And I'm going to see how that looks. So I don't have to mess with these like lining up and all that fun stuff. There we go. There we go. Have a good night. Thanks so much for sharing and spending the night watching. I'm going to probably get off shortly too, and I'm going to have to show you guys in a flip through video how this baby turned out. But I definitely didn't think it's been an hour and 38 minutes. I did not think it would take me this long to put this journal together. I thought it was going to be a quick and easy tutorial, but it's taken a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. So I'm sorry, guys. It's not my intention. I was planning on hopefully just being like an hour. I'm usually fairly quick at making my journals, but playing around with this new cinch took up more time than I thought it was going to. Thanks, Erica. I feel bad because as I said, I normally get on here when I do tutorials and things. I'm very prepared, and this was kind of a wing it. And I'm not exactly happy with how all these pages turned out. So I'm thinking definitely the next one I'm only going to do the 12, the width of this, because I think that'll be better. Oh, thanks, Erica. I appreciate it. I don't know. I wish I could figure out this lining up. I'm going to definitely spend some time tonight on YouTube trying to figure out, because I'm sure there is a trick to it, and I don't know the trick. So all right, I'm just plugging away, getting all of these lined up. I love this bright green. Been wondering what I was going to use it in, and this reminds me of a game, so that is perfect. So this one's going to have a lot of smaller pages, but the thing about that is then you can do tip-ins. So, and this one can have a tip up. So it was not my original thought, but I like it. I'm not liking it. So okay, so far all of the pages that I've punched are in. Is anybody still with me, or did everybody go to bed? Oh, good. Thanks, Erica, for still being here. All right, 12. Still trying to figure this out. And then I need to do 2, and that's the part that I need to figure out why this is not. So if I go here, and I pull these 2 out and push this in, let's see what happens. Okay, that went in the same. All right, so here's that beautiful book page. All right. Oops, I need one more. All right. We are getting there, slowly but surely. I think I'm going to, let's see. All right. Let's do these. Well, there's supposed to be 6 of us on here according to the screen, and the only one that's talking is Erica. Anybody still out there with us? So has anybody ever made a children's book journal? I've done a couple of golden book journals, and I'm going to be doing a bunch more because I have a bunch prepped. And everybody kind of does them a little bit different. Erica, I think it's just you and I in here. I think we're the only ones left. I think everybody else went to bed. It's just us. That's right. The good people are still hanging in here. I appreciate your support. This paper is from Seven Gypsies. I love it. It's really thick. This little card's so cute. Well, I'm going to slide this cover on just so you can kind of see, and I won't keep people on here any longer. I'm going to have to put the rest of the pages in here, but let me just kind of roll it so you can see. So this is kind of it. This is the junk journal, and it, I think, is really cute. This is going to be the back. Still has a lot more pages to go in it. But what do you guys think? I think it turned out really cute. Love it. So I will finish it up. I will definitely do a flip through when I'm finished with everything. This one may or may not go up for sale. I have to see how the final product turns out. But thank you so much for hanging in there with me. We did this in about 2 hours, and I had my cinch figured out a little better, we probably could have done it quite quicker and faster. But I do appreciate you hanging out with me tonight and supporting me and giving thumbs up. And I hope everybody has a great day and enjoys the rest of their weekend. Bye, everyone.